Good evening. Stefan was on assignment today and begin with ByWard Market businesses, giving the city a failing grade on its construction schedule and communication plan. Several have recently learned work on the ByWard Market Square is starting soon and won't be complete before Canada Day. They say it's not enough notice and they stand to lose money at the height of tourism season. The ByWard Market Square will be closed from George Street to York. The closure will also include the parking areas and plaza in front of EQ3 across from the entrance that formerly belonged to the Bay. CTV's Natalie Van Roy reports.
I have a lot of hand-pressed shirts here that I make.
Small business owner Cara Loop has set up shop right here in the middle of the ByWard Market Square for all of June and into July.
Notebooks. These are glasses that my friend makes. She's another small
The
business.
exact spot where construction is planned in 2 weeks.
I haven't heard about this construction until you brought it up to me, but I do think it might be a little disruptive, especially for the space.
The ByWard Market Authority says the 17-day closure from June 23rd to July 10th is to accommodate the installation and construction of Carré ByWard Square, a new outdoor hub that will feature pop-up vendors, live music, local food, and cultural programming. The city says the work is timed for the 200th anniversary this year and is designed to attract more visitors and support business.
I think it's a cool concept, especially from what you show me, they're going to have like a green space there, because I do notice a lot of people come over here to sit, but I don't know if doing that construction right in smack in the middle of the summer is the greatest idea.
The ByWard Market District Authority says the installation involves only a small area within a large district. There are no shovels in the ground, and the construction is only expected to last 2 weeks.
It's the busiest time of the year.
Maxine Hill has had this shop for 25 years. She wants the construction to be pushed to the fall.
We've got tourists from all around the world coming to Ottawa and a lot of Canadians coming to Ottawa to celebrate Canada Day with us. And it's the worst time to think of having any construction planned for a 2-week span.
Natalie Van Roy, CTV News.
And an area just outside the ByWard Market is top of mind tonight for Ottawa's Inuit community. This particular area has been a source of safety concerns for years, but now that police have cleared it out, they say they're feeling left behind. Members of the Inuit community say the pedestrian underpass at the corner of Rideau and Sussex was their safe place for large gatherings. CTV's Katie Griffin has more.
This is where Inuit gather.
Pitts has been coming to this spot at Rideau and Sussex for a long time.
Almost every day.
But recently, this area and underpass between the mall and the Senate has been noticeably cleared out over safety concerns.
We're not causing any problems. People who can't handle the alcohol, no. We don't want them around. They cause problems.
Nick is with the Inuit Circle, a group that had been gathering here.
It seems a bit more dangerous, because usually they feel protected in numbers. Now they're all split up.
Ottawa is home to the largest urban Inuit population outside the north. Large gatherings like this, a common scene here for decades. In April, an assault left a man with life-threatening injuries. It's the same area where a man was stabbed to death in 2006. Ottawa police confirm there has been an increased presence in the area in order to support the city's revitalization efforts of the Rideau Sussex area. Since May 1st, police say 4 tickets have been issued related to consumption of alcohol in a public place and trespassing. In a statement, the service says officers have been conducting proactive patrols and engaging with individuals through education and outreach initiatives aimed at discouraging open drug and alcohol use in response to concerns raised by community members.
It does seem better. They're still gathering some time, but it was very intimidating before. You know, we obviously have a lot of people who are unhoused here in downtown Ottawa, and so the concern is when we're cleaning certain areas up, like where are they being pushed to?
This group says the space has become dirtier since they've been displaced, and it's harder to do what they do.
We feed people who are falling through the cracks. We catch people as best as we can. And we're literally 3 people, 0 funding.
Katie Griffin, CTV News.
All right, today we'll take our first check of weather here this evening. It's been humid here in Ottawa the past couple of days. A live look through our Centennial Glass Skycam. Another humid night, partly cloudy, 24 degrees here right now. CTV's Jackie Perez again. She has our first check at the forecast. Jackie.
But we'll likely see some mainly cloudy skies for parts of the region. Focused here on Brockville and Cornwall, but for here in Ottawa, clear skies is anticipated. Different story tomorrow morning. While we will see a little bit of sunshine, we'll likely see more cloud cover throughout the day and perhaps a chance of some isolated showers moving through. It won't last very long, but we will have heavy wind gusts rolling in and the humidity likely sticking around for at least one more day. Yes, it will start off at 22 degrees, but by noon it's going to feel closer to 35. The key times that we could see these isolated showers is between noon and 4 to 5 p.m. Things will likely clear in the evening where winds will carry the system out and maybe even get a little reprieve from that humidity.
Thank you, Jackie. A section of Highway 401 was closed in Prescott late this afternoon after a serious collision. All westbound lanes of the 401 were closed for several hours between Edward Street and Merwin Lane. Ontario Provincial Police say the crash happened just before 5 o'clock involving 2 tractor trailers and 2 vehicles. 2 individuals were assessed and taken to hospital as a precaution. The crash was cleared around 8:20 this evening. And OPP have arrested a second person in connection with a homicide in Perth earlier this spring. 34-year-old Christo Allison Richards was found with life-threatening injuries in Lastduel Park on April 12th. He later died in hospital. A 32-year-old woman from Ottawa was just charged with accessory after the fact to murder. Last month, a 46-year-old man from Perth had already been charged with conspiracy to commit murder. 2 men from Ottawa are facing charges of second-degree murder but remain at large. Well, Canada's policing community struck with grief and mourning in solidarity tonight. A Toronto police officer was killed in the line of duty during an active exchange of gunfire while investigating a link that could be tied to the U.S. consulate shooting in March. This is a look at the flag-draped casket of 43-year-old Emergency Task Force Unit Officer Constable Mark Pinizzato. His body was transported today from Toronto's Sunnybrook Hospital to the office of the chief coroner. Dozens of first responders were on hand to welcome Pinizzato's casket at the coroner's office, including members of multiple police services who stood on guard saluting as his body arrived. First responder agencies here in Ottawa have issued statements of condolences. Ottawa Police Services writes, "We extend our sincere condolences to the family, friends, and colleagues of the Toronto police officer, Constable Mark Pinizzato, who tragically died in the line of duty. Our thoughts remain with the Toronto police and all those impacted during this profound loss." And this is the second time in a week a police officer in this province has been killed in the line of duty. OPP Constable Turin Bally was killed in the line of duty in Northern Ontario after being struck by a vehicle on Tuesday afternoon. Officers were trying to stop a vehicle as part of an ongoing investigation when Constable Bally was struck. In that case, an 18-year-old has been charged with first-degree murder. Well, hundreds of thousands of people across the country are set to lose Canada Post home delivery in 2027. The Crown Corporation says it's converting an additional 485,000 homes across the country to community mailboxes, and that's on top of the more than 135,000 addresses previously announced. This next phase will impact homes here in Ottawa, but Canada Post has not provided specific postal codes. The change is part of Canada Post's plan to modernize the service as it loses millions of dollars. Well, a new study prepared for Crown Corporation Alto is suggesting the proposed high-speed rail line could provide a significant boost to tourism in the capital.
The main finding is that the Alto corridor already represents a significant part of Canadian tourism, and that better access between the major cities in the corridor could generate significant additional economic benefits.
The study looked at tourism patterns in major cities along the suggested route and considered how high-speed rail in other countries impacted local tourism. It found that the Ottawa-Gatineau area could see an estimated annual increase in visitor spending between $21 million and $560 million, depending on how much the city capitalizes on the rail line. Ottawa travelers wanting to escape the cold this winter will be able to take direct flights to Turks and Caicos. Porter will launch non-stop service between the Ottawa airport and the sunny destination starting on December 17th. There will be flights on Thursdays and Sundays throughout the winter. Earlier this year, Porter announced direct flights out of Ottawa to Aruba, Montego Bay, and Los Cabos. Those start in November and December. Transit users in Orléans are stuck in a waiting game for the West End extension of the LRT. OC Transpo says they are still not ready to give a date for trial running and currently steering their focus to get the bus reliability back on schedule. CTV's Leah LaRocque has more from City Hall.
Josephine Berthiam takes the train and the bus from Orléans to work.
I really wish it would open to Trim Road sooner than later because it removes that whole bus component, which is the most frustrating part.
But there is still no timeline for when the eastern extension of Line 1 will be ready.
Once I'm comfortable that all the equipment materials is in and that they have the ability to install it, and we're really tracking on that on a date, then we'll announce and we'll make sure that this committee is well aware when we're going to be doing the trial running, maybe a little pre-trial trial.
Councillors even questioning whether it will be ready by Labor Day.
Do we have an alternative plan if this is not running in the East End by September?
We're moving forward with our plans of having the full bus service for September service. And if the train is available, that's an added bonus.
Meanwhile, there have been incremental changes to bus routes, making them more reliable and on time. And OC Transpo says more changes are on the way. OC Transpo says by September, up to 30 routes that account for about half of ridership will be better.
It's better to promise 5 trips per hour and deliver them consistently than to promise 6 trips per hour and only deliver 5 unpredictably.
Old buses are retiring, and there are now about 120 e-buses in the fleet.
You have to realize having too many vehicles of that age, 18, 20 years old, you're not putting your resources to where you need to, and that's the focus on the maintenance of what you can maintain.
OC Transpo is also preparing for return to office, looking to boost service on up to 10 routes.
Return to office happens in July and then into September with school coming back. Is there going to be capacity available? So I was glad to see there is a list of routes that they're monitoring closely.
Leah LaRocque, CTV News.
Well, coming up, the World Cup has finally kicked off in North America. We'll have a recap of today's action from Mexico's game. Well, we have a programming note for you for tomorrow afternoon. CTV will be airing live FIFA World Cup coverage, and that means our 5 o'clock newscast will be preempted. You can always keep up to date with CTV News anytime at ctvnewsottawa.ca and the CTV News app. CTV News at 5 will be back on Monday. Well, it was a party in Mexico City this afternoon as Shakira and other artists took to the stage at the first of 3 FIFA World Cup opening ceremonies. Well, Canada and the U.S., they'll have their opening events scheduled for tomorrow. Now, the performances took place at the historic Estadio Azteca just before Team Mexico's first game.
Oh, Mexico maybe with an opening here, and that is the opening goal of the World Cup.
More than 80,000 fans decked out in green went wild as the home side scored early. Mexico, they would add another goal over South Africa, a 2-0 victory for the host nation in Group A. And tonight, Korea and Czechia, they're playing. Currently, Korea is up 2-1. And a reminder that Canada's first FIFA World Cup tournament game, well, it's tomorrow afternoon against Bosnia-Herzegovina, and that's in Toronto, and you can catch the game on TSN Craven right here on CTV starting at 3 o'clock. All right, we'll check in with Jackie again for an extended look at your forecast. Jackie.
We'll take a look at our overnight lows. Still quite warm for the evening, 20 as we get into tomorrow morning, feeling more like 28. Partly cloudy skies are in store, but here in Ottawa, we'll see more clear skies than the clouds. Tomorrow's daytime high, 31, feeling more like 38. Those wind gusts are likely going to pick up around noon with wind gusts between 40 to 50 kilometers per hour at times. We'll feel closer to 38 as well. We talked about that humidity really sticking around. It's not just for here in Ottawa, but really for most of eastern Ontario. 17 to 20 degrees is what's anticipated for the temperature. It will feel closer to the high 20s, and that's just the overnight. Tomorrow's daytime highs, well, yes, we are seeing about 30 degrees along Brockville, Cornwall, a little bit cooler down by Kingston at 24 degrees, but it will feel about 8 to 9 degrees warmer warmer than what we are seeing in terms of our temperature highs. So again, looking like one more day of this humidity before it breaks for our weekend. Here's a look at the futurecast for Saturday. Mainly clear skies, anticipating mostly sunshine for our Saturday. There might be a little bit of active weather moving through parts of the valley, but we are keeping a close eye on this. This could change. Taking a look at our 7-day forecast, temperatures are going to be much more manageable by the time we roll around to Sunday. So you can see temperatures dropping already. 30 for our Friday, Saturday 28 degrees. By the time we get to Sunday, Monday, we'll be in the low 20s, which is much more manageable, much more comfortable. And yes, we do have a chance of precipitation rolling through for Sunday and Tuesday, but for the most part, we're looking at a mix of sun and cloud to take us into the start of early next week.
He can't communicate how he's feeling. Even if he has a seizure, no one would really know. And my concern would be a bus driver has to focus on the road.
All right, up next, parents seek answers after the Ottawa Catholic School Board decided to eliminate school bus attendance for students with special needs. Well, there's more fallout tonight after the Ottawa Catholic School Board decided to eliminate bus attendance for students with special needs. Now questions are mounting about exactly who was consulted before the decision was made. CTV's Caitlin Wilson reports.
It was very upsetting, actually.
It's a move Jimmy Ruggiero says has left parents scrambling for answers. Earlier this week, he received a letter from his son's school saying come September, the Ottawa Catholic School Board is concluding its bus attendance service. It's a support his nearly 18-year-old son has relied on since elementary school.
My son is, he's acquired brain injury when he was young, and he has medical complexities. He's fully dependent in all areas of his life.
The letter says the board is transitioning to a model where transportation support is coordinated through healthcare partners such as CHEO. But CHEO tells CTV News it was not involved in this decision by the Ottawa Catholic School Board and became aware of the change after parents and families began reaching out with questions.
That was extremely frustrating. I can't even explain. I felt like a lot of messages that were sent out weren't accurate.
A decision now facing scrutiny from disability rights advocates, saying school boards have a legal obligation to accommodate the needs of students with disabilities.
They had a duty to consult these parents before reaching any decisions. If the school board's been providing this accommodation, they would have to prove why they suddenly decided the children don't need it anymore.
The board says the decision was shaped by feedback from parents, but many parents told CTV News they were never consulted. In a statement, the OCSB says student safety and well-being remain our highest priorities, and bus attendants are not healthcare professionals and are not responsible for providing medical care or medical assessments during the transportation.
My son is nonverbal too, right? He can't communicate how he's feeling. Even if he has a seizure, no one would really know. And my concern would be a bus driver has to focus on the road.
And for Ruggiero, the biggest frustration is the uncertainty.
We need clear communication from the board to know that, we're going to feel safe. We're knowing that our kids are not just kind of pushed to the side.
Well, Quebec passed a new bill today banning the sale of energy drinks to anyone under the age of 16 and for anyone looking to buy them for children under 16, similar to cigarettes and alcohol. Now, this comes in response to the death of a 15-year-old in 2024 who was drinking Red Bull while on an ADHD medication.
La motion est adoptée.
Today's vote in Quebec's National Assembly was a resounding 103-1. Teens under 16 years old who break the law can be fined $100, and retailers can face fines up to $62,000. Quebec becomes the first Canadian jurisdiction to prohibit energy drinks. The new rules will come into effect in 6 months.
Welcome to the mini chalet at Lac Philippe.
Well, still ahead, start the car. We're about to take you on a one-tank trip. We begin a summer series to show you great places to visit that are close to home. First up, Lac Philippe. Well, strawberry season is officially underway in Ottawa. Shouldice has their roadside stand-up and running. It's on Prince of Wales, also at several other spots across the city. Their pick-your-own strawberry fields are also open for the season. Well, if you're considering a road trip this summer, you're likely thinking of the high price of gas. Well, we want to help with day trip ideas as we begin our summer series called One Tank Trips, highlighting places you can enjoy from Ottawa on a single tank of gas. We'll start with a nearby campground reopening this weekend for the first time in 3 years. Well, fasten your seatbelts for a one-tank trip into Gatineau Park, our destination, the beach and campground at Lac Philippe. From downtown, it's about a 45-minute drive. CTV's Peter Sperling hits the road.
Pack your sleeping bags, tents, and a bag of marshmallows.
Super excited.
A popular camping destination in the National Capital Region is once again ready for visitors.
There's going to be a lot of differences.
Following 3 years of major rehabilitation work, the newly modernized campground at Lac Philippe opens Friday.
It's all about visitor experience.
One of the first to camp, Catherine Verreau with the National Capital Commission.
Just seeing people around, how they are happy, how they feel about the new campground, and, experiencing it for myself.
The NCC says the renovations upgraded the essentials, including electricity and drinking water. But there's also this four-season indoor pavilion, revamped campsites for RVs, and of course, for tents.
And if camping in a tent isn't necessarily your thing, well, there are 10 brand new mini chalets.
Welcome to the mini chalet at Lac Philippe.
Complete with a queen bed, bunk bed, fridge, sofa, and kitchen essentials, runs for about $150 a night.
So if you're looking for something a little bit more comfortable, this is a great option.
Part of the revamped experience is an all-new camp store.
Lots of local products, really trying to connect the Gatineau Park with the region of Lepage.
And yes, bike, canoe, kayak, and paddleboard rentals too.
This is for everybody.
The NCC says this is the first significant rehab since the 1950s.
We wanted to reinvest in this important spot. It's such a key part of Gatineau Park. It plays such an important role in offering an opportunity for people to connect with nature, to go camping close to home, or for people further afield.
The summer camping season runs starting this Friday until October 12th. Peter Sperling, CTV News.
Playing in front of our friends and family, I think it's a moment that can't be replicated.
All right, coming up, we hear from Ottawa soccer star Jonathan David as he gets set to represent Canada at the FIFA World Cup.
The National Capital Region is jam-packed with incredible experiences you don't want to miss. Hey, it's Tanea Taylor, your iHeartRadio Weekender, powered by Barhaven Ford. Get the inside scoop on all the biggest and best events every Thursday, Friday, and Saturday on CTV, Move 100, Pure Country 94, TSN 1200, and News Talk 580 CFRA. iHeartRadio Weekenders is powered by Barhaven Ford. Find your wild. More Bronco sports, more ways to roam this summer.
Well, here's a live look through our Centennial Glass sky camera, now sitting at 23 degrees. Clouds are clearing over the Ottawa area right now. We'll have our final check on weather. Let's head over to see Jackie Perez one more time for tonight.
Well, we'll start things off with some mainly cloudy skies for tomorrow morning, feeling more like 30, even though the temperature could say 22 degrees. The winds are going to be picking up by the time the afternoon rolls around. We could see gusts between 40 to 50 kilometers per hour. Take a look at the temperatures at daytime highs, 30 degrees. Feeling closer to 37, so it will be another uncomfortable, humid day. Saturday, though, things will get a bit of a reprieve. With 28, the anticipated daytime high. Not much in terms of humidity. Lots of sunshine, though, in store, but we could see the return of precipitation moving through our Sunday. The daytime high, 25 degrees.
All right, thank you, Jackie. Well, a local soccer star is in the spotlight tonight with a series of rapid-fire questions.
Ready, set, go. Messi or Ronaldo?
Messi.
Favorite hype song?
Dreams and nightmares meet meals.
Cause my mama need that bill money, my son needs some milk. Favorite pregame meal?
Pasta.
Favorite postgame meal?
Pizza, a burger, chicken nuggets.
Favorite place in Canada?
Ottawa.
CTV's chief news anchor Omar Sachegina, who sat down with Jonathan David ahead of Team Canada's first game tomorrow. Now, David, who was born in Brooklyn, New York, moved to Haiti, then moved to Ottawa at the age of 6 and staying loyal to the capital. Now, he also shared that the people he most looks up to are his parents. All right, well, that's CTV News for this Thursday, June 11th. CTV News continues online anytime with our digital team, keeping you up to date at ctvnewsottawa.ca. You can also watch our newscast live on the CTV News app anytime. I'll see you again tomorrow night. Have a good one.